Congratulations on finding my channel, and be sure to subscribe for a new video every Thursday. And also be sure to click the little icon that says send me all notifications. I have a special guest, Ashley of the Livetree Network, is going to be talking with me about some solutions to some of my problems as a content creator. He has this really exciting platform that's only been existing for what, like 2 years, two or 3 years?
Yeah, so it's
called
been around for
Livetree. Livetree, and it aims to help content creators such as myself get funding for their projects and also get distribution, correct? Like you help people get their content distributed, right?
we are limited. We're censored in a way. You know, even on YouTube, they limit what the content goes out, and they're controlling it for their own profits, right? And so how do we change that model? How do we make a model where your community, where your fans can participate and can really earn with you and own a piece of the content as well? And that's the really exciting thing that we're bringing with Livetree Adept, which is our new digital platform based on blockchain technology.
Oh, it's based on blockchain currency?
Yeah. So we've designed a utility token which essentially replaces the Hollywood dollar, right? And this is really transformational because we're taking back control. It's all about empowering the fan to be a part of the content. So, you know, getting those stories that need to be told out there. You know, they're not just for entertainment. They could be for science or documentaries or, you know, connecting people in different ways that will help enrich people's lives. And, you know, much like your work, you know, helps bring people together in ways that, you know, they might not necessarily have seen before. You know, it's giving that ability to all those people that perhaps weren't as fortunate to go through the process that you went through with America's Got Talent, and you know, didn't have that amplification, and it's helping people build a community around themselves that is empowered. Yeah, it's really about that storytelling, and you know, I think since go ahead.
So I just wanted to explain to my viewers, when you said blockchain, if anybody doesn't know, that's cryptocurrency. You know, if you're familiar with Bitcoin, and I understand that your currency is within the Ethereum blockchain, correct?
That's right. Yeah, that's right. So there's so people very often confuse blockchain with Bitcoin, and they are two different things. So blockchain is the technology used by Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was revolutionary because it enabled people to send funds to each other without the need of a bank. And so what Ethereum brought to the table was extending that currency. So it's not just dollars or Bitcoin, it's the most valuable currency that we have as human information, right? And that's what we're using it for. So, Danny, you might be familiar with digital rights and digital rights management and licensing.
Yes.
So that process is typically wrapped up in a contract of some kind and is sold to a distributor, as you know. And that distributor might buy it for a particular jurisdiction or particular state or whatever. And it's really about how do we replace those costly, complex contracts and make efficiency gains for the distributors to make more sales. And likewise, how do we connect, you know, yourself and the YouTube influencers with TV? How do we connect them together? And the blockchain enables us to do that.
So actually, I really should cut to the chase and tell you my problem that I'm having as a content creator. It's a pretty big problem, and just ask you what solutions Livetree would have for this, because this is actually a really real problem. Here's my problem. And so some people might be able to relate, some people might not. But I have content that I create, and I spend hours, countless hours, doing these magic prank videos, in public. I'm catching people's reactions. I'm doing levitation on the subway. There was my video where the homeless man is going crazy on the subway, and then all of a sudden he floats and he's levitating, and then people are really scared of him. He's speaking in tongues, and then he's levitating up at the top of the subway train, and everybody's trying to get off of the subway train. It was a really great video. And on YouTube, a year later, the video's at 900,000 views, and I mean, that sounds great on YouTube, but I had this problem of people on Facebook continuing ripping this content off of my YouTube page and then reposting it to Facebook. And I think one of the mistakes I made was I made a little teaser GIF that I put on Imager with a link back to my YouTube video. And that's how all these piracy people, these Facebook profiles that just solely exist to pirate other people's content, plagiarizing their content and posting it to Facebook. So these Facebook videos of my plagiarized content kept going viral on Facebook, and I kept having my friends show it to me. Oh, here it is on this Facebook page. It has 1 million views. Here it is on this Facebook page. It has 3 million views. And a year later, I find it on this one Facebook page, and it has 15 million views. And I'm like, there's a problem with YouTube and the YouTube algorithm where these plagiarized videos are going viral on Facebook. The people aren't even giving me credit. Facebook is putting their ads next to my video that's been plagiarized, so they're making a profit. And the people that see it on the Facebook platform, if they run across it on my YouTube channel, they're not going to watch it because they're going to say, okay, I've already seen this video on Facebook. They're going to come across it and not watch it. And then that actually hurts its standing in the YouTube algorithm, because YouTube sees that and they're like, oh, these X amount of people aren't clicking on this video. Well, because they already saw it on Facebook. And I know it's really disheartening for this to happen. It's like, I worked so hard. The video is not, and it's not performing as well on YouTube. And to me, that's saying there's a problem with the YouTube algorithm, with getting it the views that it deserves. So I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of making me want to explore other avenues besides just YouTube for getting my content out there. I don't know what solutions you might have.
So I think it's about thinking about it in a slightly different way. So if you think about that content that's being plagiarized, who's making money? The main person making money there is Facebook, right? They're the ones that are controlling the traffic that gets to that particular view. And they're the ones that are targeting the ads around it. That's how they generate money. Likewise, YouTube, their algorithm has been defined in a way that is going to make them the most money. So how do we create an algorithm that is open? And how do we encourage people to share things in a way that is going to be helpful to you, not just to corporations? And those two central challenges we've addressed with Blossom TV. So when you publish things through Blossom, your digital rights are managed on the blockchain. You still have the option to put it onto YouTube or through to Vimeo. However, when people share that content, they are earning that digital token, which you then acquire through the appreciation of the digital rights itself. So it's a way of, you have to think about it in terms of changing the entire dynamic. People are still going to copy things. People are going to plagiarize things. But if you take away the incentives for them to do that, then your mechanism of building a community will be a lot stronger. And your content, your story that you spent so much time working on, right? You've been working on this content for, I don't know however many days or weeks or months, trying to build up this content and thinking about it. That's your intellectual property. That's something that you own and you should control. And the way it gets distributed should be transparent. It shouldn't be through an opaque algorithm, such as YouTube, or through an opaque system such as Facebook, that doesn't show you how the mechanisms of how that content, how the viewers got there. And once you have transparency in that system, you can then build in incentives so that as people share it, they join your community and help you grow.
So do you actually, will you actually have a real live human that says, oh wow, this is really good content, we think we have a buyer that would like to purchase this, let me pitch it to this buyer? Do you guys actually do that?
No. So the way that we have the systems lined up is that as you build your community, as you build what's called a slate, you know what slate is. So, as you build your content slate, you're building your community, you're building your audience, and your audience is part of the content itself. So they have ownership as well as you do, and you're giving that ownership back through this digital token. Now, so
that's an extra incentive to get your subscribers to share your content.
Exactly. And and then there is an incentive for distributors who can see your content, and much like all of those great pieces of content out there that have a value, and they have a community such as yourself. How do you go and negotiate with distributors right now? I mean, let me ask you that. How do you find distributors? How do you go to an agent, or do they come to you?
Well,
what's
I do live magic shows, and I have an agent that books me for live shows, but he doesn't handle anything via YouTube. I just sometimes when I have videos that are okay, they're doing well, I have people reach out to me and say, hey, we want to buy the rights to your video. Like I just sold a 360 video last week, and it's always non-exclusive licensing agreement, for whatever platform. And sometimes I know there's different agreements, but they always come to me. I never really, I think once or twice I've tried to send my stuff to like Ellen or different things. And me personally, I just get tired of cold call emails and not getting responses back, because it's like, I wait for people to come to me, basically.
Yeah. No, and that's big. And I think you have a position there where you have an audience that's engaged, and that gives you a power to wait for people to come to you. And likewise on the platform, if the incentives are there to build a community and build an audience, in the sense that they can participate in the actual content itself and be an active owner of it, then that helps build that community, build that audience, which then the distributors would come to you. So the distributors are looking. I mean, there's a ton of sales agents out there that are looking for content. However, there's only so many hours in the day, and they're not getting matched to the right content, right? So again, that's an efficiency that this platform will bring in terms of matching content to distributors.
It's really weird, actually. I've had these content distributors, I don't know, BuzzFeed, different ones. They've thought a video of mine was going to do really well, and then they pay me $200 to have it licensed under them, or to have, and then the video doesn't do very well. And then I'll have other videos that do really well that nobody's asking about, so I don't know what dictates that. But the one thing that you said that really sparks my interest, that I think you're so far, all the things that you've told me, because I'm actually coming from, as a skeptic, I get solicitations all the time of people wanting me to have them build an app for me, or, buy into our service. I get tons of sales solicitations. So I'm a skeptic, but the one thing that you said that seems like your company has an edge, or will have an edge in this, is when you explain that you would give my fans the incentive to share my videos, because I'm always trying to figure out a way to incentivize my fans to share my videos. I ask them nicely, but then I don't want to come across as begging all the time, oh, please share my videos,
exactly.
So you've come up with like a reward system to
Exactly.
reward my subscribers for sharing.
Exactly. So yeah, exactly. We built this on an existing business. So our business at the moment does crowdfunding, and as people raise funds, a portion of the funds is allocated back to the fans, is allocated back to the influencers, is allocated back to non-profits. So we have charity partners who work with certain projects, and that helps build an ecosystem around it. And by having that sharing of the IP of your intellectual property or of the future profits of the content itself, you're incentivizing the community to build around you. And as you say, once you have that community and you have a force, you have an audience, you then have a much more a strength to go and negotiate with the broadcasters and the distributors, and they will come to you. And the platform itself provides that facility and removes those contractual arrangements and simplifies it. So from their side, they're saving money. They have access to more content. From your side, you have an audience that is empowered. So it's about the fan taking back control from the likes of YouTube algorithms, from the likes of Facebook algorithms, from the likes of the Hollywood execs. So it's about disrupting how that industry works and using us, the people, the fans of this content, to create that market and to develop a force that is unstoppable, and will change and develop new markets. And this is what I said, previously was so exciting for me, is this will empower people to tell stories that wouldn't necessarily get to screen. This will bring a whole range of new, different types of content that people have never seen before, and it will help expand our vision, our culture.
So one question, because I'm sure the inner workings of LiveTree is something that you can't exactly explain over Skype, but when I have content and I post it to LiveTree, is your platform acting as a space that actually stores the video, like in a viewer, in a video player, or does the video still get to live on YouTube?
So there's a few different ways that you can publish. So if you want to go down the online route, you can go through YouTube, you can go through Vimeo, and the technicalities of it will be stored on our servers, but they would then also, so it's stored in a distributed file system, to get technical, but it would be sent over to their servers if that's what you choose to happen. If you don't want that content to be sent to them, you don't have to send it to them. You can hold on to that IP and then look for a distribution deal in a traditional channel, such as film or TV or cinema, or the traditional broadcasters that have infrastructure and get you onto screen. And in that case, you're moving more into the professional world, which is where you are. You're coming from, I've got IP and I want to license it to whoever wants to buy it, right? Whether that be a broadcaster or if it's Vice or whomever. And this platform will give you the ability to manage the rights for your content and distribute it through whichever channel you choose.
Okay. So are you, I want to get at one of my problem with the YouTube algorithm and why I think it actually can act to actually stifle creative content and art, and why it's kind of what I don't like about it. And maybe you could address this. Is so YouTube, how does your platform, because I don't want to say what the problem is necessarily. I actually want to get you to address it without me explicitly saying what the YouTube problem is.
Is this some sort of mind reading trick?
So how will your how will your platform, okay, so if you see on YouTube, there's a lot of like, there's a giant cloud of what I call crap.
Yeah.
There's, and it seems like the most popular channels, the channels that do really well,
Yeah.
are these gamer channels where people just play video games and then they react to playing the video games.
Saying, isn't it, where it's like money talks, right? And I think a lot of content out there is being viewed by younger people. You know, a lot of content. You know, I don't want to, you know, degrade any particular type of content. You know, your cats or whatever it is. You know, your shining dog and your video games. All the content has its place. Okay. However, I think people would be unwilling to see that on TV, and they'd be unwilling to purchase it in any shape or form. And by having a community-based system that is based on the value of the content rather than the number of views, I think that will change that dynamic.
So basically, the YouTube algorithm encourages quantity over quality. Yes. That's the problem, is that YouTube puts too much weight on how frequently someone posts videos. It puts too much weight on that, elevating channels who post daily, you know, and then it punishes channels that want to post once a month or every 2 weeks.
Yeah, but the crazy thing, Danny, is like, who is making up these rules? Why don't we have control over them? Where's the visibility? Yeah. You know, that's the scary part, right?
I think that a video should be rewarded. If somebody spends, you know, a month making a really awesome video, that video should get rewarded. But on YouTube, they post that video, and because they haven't posted for a month, it's like, I have 100,000 subscribers, and when I post, like, if I don't post something that's like viral worthy, the video gets like 2,000 or 3,000 views. Like, it's really sad. I'm like, why are only 3% of my subscribers seeing my videos? You know, I worked hard to get the subscribers, and YouTube isn't. So I have to do all this stuff where I'm telling my subscribers, oh, you have to turn on all notifications from this channel.
Yeah, it's insane, you know? Right? And why can't your subscribers have the choice? You know, it should be up to them whether they want to see it or not, right? If not an algorithm that's deciding what they should see. And I think that's the scary part. That's the scary part, that is not just for your content, but for everyone. You know, that builds these views that, you know, you'll see the same thing again and again and again. And, you know, your horizon is never expanded. You're never connected with any kind of other types of thinking. And I think, you know, that for me is really the disruption of Hollywood that we need, the disruption within these big online players. And, you know, that's what Livetree Adept will bring.
So, like, I'm kind of like, I want to look more into your company and how I can start, you know, uploading videos through you. I don't really need the crowdsourcing aspect personally.
You need that distribution.
I feel like
I'm
more interested in distribution. I mean, I have a lot of content, a lot of work. I have videos. I have so much editing that I need to do. I mean, if anything, the one way I could use crowdsourcing help is I would love to pay an editor.
Yeah.
And I've gotten on Patreon. I got my first $2 a month donation on Patreon. I just got on Patreon, which is nice. But actually, you know, I take it back. It would be nice to be able to get some crowdsourcing so I could hire an editor, because I have so much footage of me traveling across the country. And
well, what about if you could pay them with what that content makes?
Oh, that would be great.
That's what
if they have a vested interest in it. But I don't. It's hard though, because like editing. Okay, so editing is like the most tedious, time-consuming like thing that somebody could be doing, and editors they start at $20 an hour.
Yeah, it's an art form.
They start at $20 an hour. Here's the thing: is it's really easy for me to find a cameraman who will film for free, you know.
Mhm.
And then if the video does really well, I'll like pitch them $100 or $200, because there's so many video editors that really want to be behind the camera or be directing. I mean, people go to film school, and the majority of the jobs out there are being video editors or production assistants,
Yeah.
you know, because there's just so much video editing that has to happen.
I mean,
so many hours.
imagine not just that editor that you incentivize, but all of your fans, and then they encourage all of their fans, and you build a really solid community that empowers you to go on to the next stage. And you know, when you're in those negotiations with broadcasters, you're saying, look, we've got everything we need. You know, we've got the audience proven. And I think that will be the really empowering part, where the fan can own part of the content itself. And I think that's really exciting. Yeah.
So through your platform, if one of my fans shares my video, they get a little like piece of the pie. Somehow.
Yeah,
they
so
get like a little.
This is the exciting
credit.
thing. So we've created a digital token, and it's called Livetree Seed. And Livetree Seed is the replacement for the Hollywood dollar, if you like. So the advertising revenue that you would normally pay, or these players, Facebook and so on, earn, goes to your fans for getting the word out. And that's really exciting. And yeah, we're in the process of launching this new digital token, and we're about to launch it on the 1st of December. And yeah, so people can participate in that token sale and, you know, really get involved with this project early on, which is really, really exciting.
Wow. Hey, so I just want to tell my supporters something really quick.
Yeah.
That this sounds really exciting, because this actually gives you guys a stake in what we are creating together. Like this platform, Livetree, I hope you guys want to join me over there, because I'm actually coming to these conclusions right now as we speak, that this actually gives you guys the opportunity to make a little bit of money, like for sharing my videos, right? That's awesome, because it gives you guys the chance to really be a part of the business that we are creating together, because you guys watching my videos, watching the videos all the way through, sharing them, helps me. I'm making some income off of YouTube, and through that, you guys actually get to have a stake in that. So this is exciting.
Well, thank you so much.
So wait,
Yeah.
I have one tough question though for you.
Sure. Okay.
I'm a skeptic. I went to business school.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to disclose to me the numbers or percentages, but how does Livetree make money? How are you going to profit off of all of this, sharing and, money going back and forth?
We're actually a non-profit organization. So we've been set up in a way so that we give back all of the profits back to the value of seed. So, we've been deliberately set that up as a community-based enterprise, so that we can live by our values of being transparent and live by our values of not taking corporate money. We haven't taken equity financing for this project. We're doing it because we believe that the industry, Hollywood, needs to change. We believe that there is a lot of content out there that can make a difference in the world. And we think that the timing is right in the market. Looking at our content creators at the moment, they are struggling to get on screen, and these are the stories that need to be told.
Yeah, gotcha. Wow. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This sounds like a great product that you're offering to people. Livetree Adept is the new version.
Yeah.
So they can find you at livetree.com.
Yeah, you can go to
livetree.org.
Go to adept.livetree.com. Pre-register for the seed token sale. It starts on the 1st of December. So it's only a couple of days away now.
The 1st of December. So you put the currency on the market.
Yeah, it's a utility token. So it's there. You can purchase it, participate, and help build this platform. Join our community. And, you know, it'd be great to stay in contact with you, Danny. And as we develop the platform further, you know, hopefully you'll be one of the champions of it.
Oh, no, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thanks so much. Yeah. Thank you.